Welcome back to Reading Bear. Today, we will take a look at some new I Don't Work Here Lady stories. And if you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comments. Let's go!
The first one is titled, Did he think I worked there? Did I do something wrong? I have no idea. Firstly, this isn't really an I don't work here, as honestly I don't really know what it was. But my first thought was, maybe he thought I worked here, amidst my confusion. So anyway, I'm in a building that's part library, part cafe and part cinema. I'm just sitting at the bar area, doing my own work on my laptop and minding my own business. Suddenly, a staff member with a clipboard and paper is coming towards me. I realize he's starting to slowly sit on the seat right opposite on my table. I'm thinking, maybe I accidentally broke a rule and he's here to kindly make me aware? He seemed to have that customer service smile on that usually means, I'm smiling but I need to politely inform you about something. He sits opposite me and I take my headphones off momentarily. I notice he's got a name tag, and also a sunflower lanyard just like I'm wearing. In the UK, if someone is wearing the sunflower lanyards it means they have an invisible disability. I say nothing as I was kind of dumbfounded and wait for him to speak. He says nothing and just kind of sits there, looking at me. After 10 seconds, I put my headphones back on, resume my Reddit video I was listening to and continue doing my work. After another 10 seconds, he gets up and heads off. Shortly after, I see him speaking to another staff member, and he looks at me again. I assume maybe he made an assumption about me, maybe he thought I was staff with my lanyard? And then he realized there was no reason to sit there and wait for me to do anything after I said nothing. Maybe it was the fact we both had sunflower lanyards? Who knows? The next one is titled, An Employer Mistakes Me for an Employer. I often think back on this story and figure I'd share it here. Backstory, there seems to be an aura about me, or something, that says, security, despite being a 5'5" female and 110 pounds soaking wet. I'm not exactly sure what it is, maybe it's my choice of clothing, I don't know. Some people have told me it's probably my semi-permanent serious expression. I actually have worked security, but it didn't last long only because the company I worked for went under. One time two guys were fighting at an event. I was working security and I was babysitting one of the guys while another security guard babysat the other one in another room until the police would show up. The entire time the guy was profusely apologizing to me for his behavior. I thought it was kind of amusing. Once I was outside my favorite nightclub. I wasn't really in the mood to be clubbing, so I decided to just hang out with the bouncers outside for a while. I was friends with all the staff at that club, and often I'd be hanging out with the staff after closing and wrestling with the bouncers. Both the bouncers that night was well over 6 foot and buffed as heck. At some point one of the bouncers said to the other, "Isn't it great to have her, me, here? Nobody dares to have an attitude problem while she's here," and the other one agreed. I'll admit, it was a huge ego booster. Security jobs aside, I always seem to be asked if I work at whatever place I go to, but to this day I've never been asked by a Karen. So, I don't really have any juicy stories to tell about that. I guess, in a way, a security guard would be a pretty good job for me despite me attempting to avoid conflict at all cost. Because everything always seems to run smoothly when I'm around and there's never any conflict. Although, those who know me wouldn't care one way or the other. A friend of mine once described me as ice on the outside, but teddy bear on the inside. That's actually a direct quote. So, onto my story. I guess it's not very long, though. And it doesn't include a lady, despite the name of this subreddit. During the night, in my home country, security guards shifts at 24 hours gas stations and stores because of drunk and drugged up idiots roaming around. Security guards not working that moment would get some benefits at each place, like free coffee, bathroom usage, etc. One Saturday night I went to one of the 24 hours stores with my friend, to get some sweets for the night. My friend was the ultimate girly girl while I'm more of a tomboy. I was wearing my usual camo cargo pants and a black windstopper, pretty much what I always wore. I asked the security guard at the register if I could use the bathroom. My bladder rarely ever goes off when I'm not home, but when it goes off, it needs to be emptied ASAP. The security guard said, "Sure, it's right inside the staff area." I went and used the bathroom. When I was finished my friend told me that she also needed to use the bathroom, so I guided her to the bathroom. I figured since I was allowed to use it, she must be allowed to use it too. But nope. After my friend came out of there, the security guard told me that the bathroom was for staff only. Oops, now I get it, he thought I was a security guard. I didn't dare tell him that I actually wasn't a security guard. I figured it would be better for his job security not to know. He assumed I never claimed to be. So, isn't my fault, right? When I've written it down and read it over, it does seem to me to be a very boring story. At least compared to all the other stories on here. The next one is titled, Is It Something I'm Doing? Wearing? Because this keeps happening. I'm not sure what it is, but I am assumed to be an employee of just about everywhere I go. It doesn't matter that I'm not wearing the right color, then I'm not wearing an apron, or even that I'm disabled, and I feel like that's pretty obvious by looking at me moving for even more than just a few seconds. In the last 2 weeks, it's happened at Lowe's, Tractor Supply, PetSmart, Home Depot, Christmas tree shops, Target, Wegmans grocery store, and the Lego store. Now I'll take the full blame for the Lego store. I know all the employees and often answer questions that customers have while shopping because I'm always there and I know what's in stock and what promotions are going on. But the rest of these don't make any sense to me at all. Now I'm a pretty friendly person, and I'll chat with just about anyone, but I have been sitting on an end cap at Home Depot, waiting on my husband, when I've been approached with questions. I've been standing at the end of an aisle talking to my 9-year-old at Target when some lady came to ask me about something. Is this happening to literally everyone everywhere because staff is short at the stores and people are just desperate for an employee to help them? Or do I have some magical quality that's causing this? The next one is titled, Lady Mistook Me for One of the Baristas at the Cafe, Wholesome Mistake Though. So, there's a cafe up the road where I live, an easy 2-mile walk for me. I go there a lot and most of the baristas there know my family and I because we're regulars. Well, today I went on my walk to the shop and there was this lady and her husband standing in front of the counter looking at the menu, and there's no barista behind the counter. Now, with how the lady is talking to her husband and how she looks in general, I thought she was one of those Karens you read about on here, and then she turned to me and exclaimed, "Hey, you." I froze for a second. Since this pandemic, I haven't really talked to anyone outside of family or the baristas here at the cafe, and I hate confrontation, so I was a bit off-put when this random person called out to me. Me, yes? Lady, excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but you're one of the employees here, right? My husband and I are new here and we were wondering what's good to drink. Keep in mind, I walked to cafe, and where I live it's extremely hot, so I was in shorts and a t-shirt that had Rick and Morty on it, totally not looking like a barista. But I didn't want to be rude and I'm a regular here anyway, so I gave her my recommendations. A good 10 minutes go by of her asking, simple enough, questions about drinks, the pastries, and her husband even asked if the sandwiches the cafe have to offer are any good. She and her husband were actually really nice, and when the actual barista came back into the cafe with a bunch of inventories, I saw the shock in the lady's face. Lady, oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, I thought you worked here, I wasn't paying attention. Me, it's alright, ma'am, I was happy to help anyway. I'm just your average caffeine addict who knows what's well. We have a laugh, she offers to pay for my coffee, to which I politely declined and wished her and her husband a good day. Not the best story, but it was a nice thing to happen and I wanted to share it. The next one is titled, Chad, are you slow or something? Me, yes actually, I am. Quick preface, I was in a very serious car accident a little over a year ago. This left me some brain damage, nerve damage, etc. Throughout many days I have episodes where I get disoriented, forget where I am, what I'm doing, what's going on around me. I used to do heavy manual labor but am now working at a well-known department store with aprons of a certain citrus variety. A couple days ago I was shopping at our store with a friend in a black and orange hooded flannel. I love flannels and have this exact one in multiple colors, but this one was the only clean one at the time. I am approached by a middle-aged man carrying a small metal piece related to light bulbs. Well, at this certain point of our trip I was starting to have an episode, my body got really hot, I zoned out quite a bit and was just overall not there 100%. He asks me where he can find a replacement for this piece and I point toward the hardware department even though I was off duty, not in uniform and clearly shopping myself. Where I pointed seemed to confuse him and he muttered something under his breath while giving a really puzzled look but goes anyway. We go to the water fountains near the bathrooms in the back so I can get some fluids in my system and chill out a bit. When we continue shopping a few minutes later, who passes us? None other than puzzled look man complaining about stupid employees and blah blah blah. Oh no, it's about to go down. At first, he stops a few feet away from me looking around, clearly searching for the stupid guy who sent him over to the hardware department, until he realizes I'm standing right by him. He locks eyes with me, and the conversation goes as follows: "PLM, are you the one who sent me all around the store looking like an idiot?" Me, OMG sorry. I was confused by what you showed me. PLM, it's a blank. I forget the exact name of the piece. Why the duck would you send me to the hardware aisle? Are you retarded or something? Is this one of those programs? Me, while customers are starting to notice the commotion, I'm sorry man, I'm not even working right now, I'm just trying to enjoy my day off, I didn't mean to send you to the wrong place. At this point another employee walk up and tries to defuse the situation, seeing me, their subpar mental capacity coworker, and a fuming customer in a situation. Coworker to PLM, what seems to be the problem? PLM, thank God, are you retarded too? Or do you think you can show where I can find this? Gestures to the small piece in his hand. Me, sir, I understand you can't know this, but I am a bit slow at times. I have fairly severe brain damage, and also, as I said before, it is my day off. Gesturing at co-worker's apron. When I say this guy turned white as a ghost. I crap you not white. As a ghost. Mouth agape. It was glorious. After this everything dies down a bit and I bask in the small win. I know this isn't as eventful as most stories and will most likely get buried or taken down as I technically do work here, but nonetheless this subreddit is the first place I thought of as it all unfolded. One last note, sympathy is never something I seek. I'm very high functioning and work with someone who truly has a rough condition, so I don't take advantage of it, but I couldn't stand this man talking to anyone like this. I just imagined him saying it to someone much more emotional than I, and it broke my heart. The next one is titled, Pilot Mistaken for Baggage Handler. I was a co-pilot with one of my favorite captains who happened to be black. We had just finished our day and were waiting at the airport curbside for our hotel pickup. A car pulled up and this older woman with a beehive hairdo got out, looked at my captain in uniform and said, "Well, aren't you going to help get my luggage?" I was shocked, but he quickly did this little shuffle dance and took her luggage from the trunk, and next thing I see is him trailing her carrying her 3 pieces of luggage. He came back a few minutes later with a big smile. I walked her luggage to the American Airlines check-in counter. You should have seen the look on the agent. The passenger pulled $1 from her purse and attempted to tip me. I said, "No thanks, I'm a pilot for United Airlines, next time I suggest you fly United. I don't think American pilots are as generous." The next one is titled, Regular from my work thinks I work everywhere apparently. Sorry for how long this is, but I literally still think about this all of the time, mostly because I still see this woman and she pretends like this never happened. I live in a fairly big city, so it's kind of unfortunate that I keep bumping into this woman who I have to say I'm not too fond of. I work in a gift curiosity shop, think candles and tarot cards and fancy overpriced bars of soap, in an older, affluent neighborhood of my city. Customer X comes into the gift shop quite regularly and always has a million questions, and is the kind of customer that no matter how busy you are demanding all of the attention be on her. Now our shop is fairly small, so literally everywhere you turn here's this woman. Fine, whatever, she's kind of rude but manageable, and she always spends a decent amount of money, so. Now it is important to note that Customer X has a small dog. We'll call this dog Pickles, that is the cutest dog. The second Customer X enters the store, she drops Pickles' leash and goes about her business, leaving Pickles to do whatever Pickles' little heart desires. Sometimes it's just come and sit next to me and get pets, sometimes it's not. Again, it's not a big store, it doesn't really matter. Pickles can't really get into too much trouble. I like the dog. Flash forward to our I don't work here story. One day I am shopping at a well-known clothing store, the kind with levels and elevators, a real unit of a clothing store, clear across the city. While I'm looking at some sweaters, I feel a cold little nose press up against my leg, and when I look down, guess who I see? You bet, it was Pickles, tail wagging, leash trailing behind them, Customer X nowhere to be seen. I think to myself, I know this dog. I don't really want to bump into Customer X, I'm certain she will recognize me. We have interacted multiple times at this point, but Pickles is old, and this was a big store, so I scooped the dog up and I set off to find Customer X. After too much searching, it turns out Customer X was on a completely other level than we were, meaning either A. This old Springer Spaniel somehow went up 2 escalators by herself, or B. This woman straight up does not give a hoot and left her dog on a random floor of a clothing store. WHO does that? I tried to say a friendly hello to customer X, something along the lines of, "Hey, I was shopping and I recognized your dog," and before I could even remind her where she knew me from and that it's not weird, I brought her dog. Customer X hits me with, "Do you have this shirt in another size? I hate this color, why don't you have any different styles of this pant?" I was so taken back by what I can only describe as the audacity of this witch that I could only muster a polite, "I actually don't work here. I work at other store," to which she responded, "Well, can you go ask somebody for a different size?" I was more than happy to say, "No." The next one is titled, "Sure, I'll help you, but I'll have to charge. Just a reminder that this is a throwaway account. I've had stories in the past that people give awards to, pretty much wasting their money. This just happened yesterday. November 29, 2020. For context, I used to work at a partner company of the phone retailer with the red checkmark. I quit for reasons I won't go into. I was going into the store to return the key. As I was leaving, a lady grabbed my arm tightly. Like I said, this is mid-COVID. I immediately recognized her as a regular who's always having issues with her phone, or rather, doesn't have a brain cell to learn how to use it. I yanked my arm away, grumbling a bit, preparing for the abuse I knew came with helping her. "Aren't you going to help me?" she shrieked, her voice shrill, nails on a chalkboard. "Help you? Why would I?" I scoff. "Because you work here," she snapped. "No, I don't. I used to, but I quit last week. I don't care. You're here. Help me." I sighed and thought for a second, then got a devilish smirk. "Fine. But since I don't work here, I'll have to charge my freelance fees." She got a look on her face as if I just told her grass was always pink. "Freelance fees?" "Yep. When I'm not on the clock, I charge $40 per hour, minimum of 2 hours." I knew she wouldn't go for it. As expected, she started screaming and berating me. I didn't have time for her BS, so I just walked out the door and continued my day with a bit of a smile on my face. The next one is titled, "You have the wrong email address," which means I am going to make some bad business decisions. Last year I started receiving emails from a building owner, affectionately known as Jezza, by me anyway, and property manager for some building in the UK. I'm in Australia. It soon became apparent that they were under the impression that I was a business partner of Jezza. I tried to make it clear they had the wrong email, but they just laughed it off for ages. I was not really a fan of the approach that Jezza took to hiring and paying cleaning staff, particularly when one of the staff had some family emergency that interfered with her work, and Jezza just called her a time waster. So, I decided to mess with them until they got the point. The property manager was CC'd on all of these emails. When the property manager said the cleaner would work for £15 per clean, I said we should pay £20 instead. When Jezza said no, I responded with the following: "I just thought after the conversation that me and Jezza had over a couple of tinnies last weekend that we agreed we no longer wanted to support a capitalist economy that entrenches the working poor. Let's actually start paying people living wages so that they can enjoy the pleasantries of life instead of wondering if they can make rent." That's what you said, wasn't it, Jezzy-poos? I guess you weren't really serious about overthrowing the capitalist state. When Jezza ordered a sign for the bin store, I responded with this: "Can we also arrange a sign for the back of the door at the main entrance encouraging people to have a really lovely day? Maybe another one in the bin store telling them to follow their dreams. And can we install signs over the phone socket in each flat asking them when they called their mum last? What do you reckon? Also, have you read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Damn?" Image text: "I am learning how to walk away from people and situations that threaten my belief systems and ego." And finally, when Jezza called the cleaner a time waster for having the audacity to have a family, I responded with this: "Time wasters are just the worst. Which is why we've decided to let you go, Jezza. You've been filling our inboxes with drivel for months and we're sick of it. Please clear out your desk by the end of the day." There were a couple more emails back and forth, where Jezza actually said that if I didn't want to be included in emails, then there were better ways of saying it. I haven't heard from him since then, but I don't know if that's because he worked out I was not the person he thought I was, or because he thought his business partner no longer wanted to be CC'd. The next one is titled, "No, I'm not a nun." Background: I used to attend a Church of the Brethren, an Anabaptist church very similar to Mennonite. I would wear a cap, similar to Amish, or a veiling that would go down a bit over my bun on the back of my head. Veiling never even went to my shoulders. I also dressed either in modest jumper or a cape dress. Because of the way I dressed, many people would kind of stare at me, sneak photos of me thinking I was Amish, nope, and generally be very polite and friendly to me. My husband dressed modestly and sported an Amish-type beard. I was visiting a friend in Rhode Island a few Christmases ago. We went to La Salette Shrine, Catholic. There was a beautiful Christmas celebration there with a crazy number of lights and events going on. It was so nice. We walked around looking at all of the displays. People were very friendly to my husband and myself and our friend. Our friend was raised Catholic, so we would talk about the different displays and beliefs. We had a lovely time. We decided to go into the gift shop. Another friend had recently lost her husband and my husband, and I wanted to get her a special gift. The place was very crowded, but we were patient, and for some reason people were just really friendly toward us, so it was not bad. We got up to the register, run by a nun, and she asked me, "Do you want the employee discount?" I was confused. I'm from 3 states over, most definitely not an employee, and said, "No thank you, I'm not an employee," and she said, "Oh, we give the discounts to all sisters." I was just staring blankly at her, and she asked me what church I served at, or however it's worded. I cannot remember at this point, and I said, "I do not work at a church." I was getting more and more confused. She looked at my husband and said, "Are you a priest then?" The funny thing is my husband was in seminary but not Catholic, and he wasn't even thinking and said, "Not yet." So, she turned back to me and said something along the lines of, "It's okay to get the employee discount if you are a nun at a different location." Oh. I had no idea that is what she was talking about. I just kind of nervously laughed and said, "I'm not a nun." She looked back and forth between hubby and I a few times. I just said, "Can I please pay?" There was a huge line behind us, and people were starting to look at us funny. She finally let me pay, and as I was leaving, she said, "It's okay that you're a nun, it's nothing to be ashamed of, ugh." My friend just laughed and laughed at the situation. Nope, not a nun by any definition of the word.